Okay, I'm going to try to show you how to make these adjustable medical masks. You'll need to toggle two 22-inch strands. I have cord. You can use drawstrings from sweatpants, whatever you have. I used these tiny little pieces of leather. It does not have to be leather. I'll show you the first step. So I decided to use an old sheet, and it already has a hem, so that saves time. And this reference line right here will go right above the stitching on the hem, and then you'll cut like so, and then mirror it and do the exact same thing. And the reason that the pattern says to fold it is so that you can still see the line on the other side when you do the opposite. Also, another way to do it is to fold your fabric like so. Make sure that the ends are lined up, and then just lay it down and cut, and that's another way to do it. Once you've cut that part out, we'll just flip it around and do the exact same thing. The line goes above on the stitching, there to there, and then you'll cut out this shape, and that will be for the inside flap. The first step is to sew along here and along here. This is for the inside flap, like so. As you can see, I serged these edges. Now I will serge these together like so, okay? Now here we are, those have been serged. This is the inside of the bottom half of the mask. This is the inside of the top. You will overlap. You see how I'm overlapping, and then you'll sew right here so it doesn't go anywhere. You can see that I stitched there and there, so the inside of this mask is finished. Now we're going to move over to the front of the mask, the outside of the mask, and just sew along this line. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did with these little pleats, or darts I should say, and fold and then sew along that as well, okay? Here we are. I serged there, and I serged both of those. So now that we have the outside of the mask shaped, we're going to grab our leather pieces, or whatever pieces you have, and we're going to place them directly right there so that the bottom touches the seam of the dart, and we're going to stitch right there. I wanted to show how I do this. The leather is really thick and you don't want to break a needle, so I just go super slow and use the wheel to turn one at a time. And with the leather, you don't want the stitches to be close together, so I do about 4 millimeters instead of 2.5. Here's what it should look like when you're done. Okay, so this next part is pretty simple. You'll want right sides together, the outside and the inside, and then you'll just line these edges up, serge here, and then you'll serge the other side, serge here. Then you'll serge the entire bottom, leave the top open, and I will show you why. I wanted to show you the serger. So as I'm serging this edge, I'm going to be really careful as I go over the leather. Once again, it's under there. Depending on what material you use for this little loop, you won't have to be as careful, but even with the serger, don't want to break a needle, so I'm going to be using this little knob to slowly poke through the leather, and then I can finish it out. Okay, so here we are. We've serged both sides and the bottom. With this little flap open, I will show you what to do next. So I have my strand, the little toggle, and I actually put tape on the ends of these to help them go more easily through the leather loops. So coming through here, we're going to go up through the leather loop and then pull it up through the top. There it is through the leather, and then I'm going to pull that up, and instead of peeling off the tape, I'm just going to trim it, and then I'll do the same to the other side. Okay, here we are. I've strung it through bottom to top, from the bottom to the top, and then you can see these ends. I'm going to pin them as close to the edge as I possibly can, and then I will sew along the top. You can see that I pinned this and I left a little bit hanging over. You don't want it to be too short, so it's better to make it a little bit too long. All right, so just finished sewing that. Now I can turn it right side out. Okay, so we're pretty much done. It's all sewn together. Because there's this flap, it's really easy to just flip it right side out. The last step that I take is to do an 1/8 inch stitch all around the perimeter. And I kind of manipulate it as I go. I pull the white under and the blue over so that as it stitches, it'll keep the white underneath instead of keeping it flush, because when you put it up on your face, the white might roll out and then it just doesn't look as nice. So pull the white underneath and the blue over, and it will turn out really nicely. I'm gonna start right here, go around, and then end right here. All right, there we are. There's stitched all the way around. Now it looks nice and finished, and it will keep its shape much better. Now what I do, the final step, is I will carefully press it in half and then iron it with the steam setting. So I would suggest using the hottest setting that you possibly can for the fabric that you're using. I'll do it on the outside, and then I will carefully make sure that those are flat, and then press here, and then it will be finished.